Are we on?
I think we're turned on.
Oh, all right. Well, it's been a while since we've done a show since we don't know what we're doing anymore. So what do we miss? What do we miss? Anything?
We missed ton of stuff.
Yeah. So
Lots of good toy news. Lots of good toy news.
Lots of good toy news. Rest of it's crap news. So which one do you want to start with?
All right, let's do the shit first.
Let's do the shit. So let's see here. Marvel's taking a couple black eyes this week. Shazam and Ant-Man a flop.
No, I don't think it's good to celebrate that.
No, but there is one thing I'm going to celebrate. Adam, I'm not a huge fan of people getting fired, but on occasion, you get a gift. And once again, I'm not a big fan of people losing their jobs, but on occasion you go, you know what? Yeah, you kind of had that coming. And that goes out to not friend of the show, Victoria Alonso, who was like the head of FX at Marvel. She's been with, Marvel, or at least Marvel Studios since the beginning, since, the first Iron Man. And eventually worked her way to like the, head of FX and all that. And sometimes you just have to be like
FX the channel or like special effects.
Head of special effects for the movies. Okay.
So I didn't have a problem with this woman at all until you told me she wasn't a friend of our show.
Well, that's why she got fired. Let's be honest.
Because
she's just not that cool. But anyway, Victoria Alonso gone, and here's the problem when you have people with like Victoria Alonso, you can't just fire them. They're not just gonna go away. She's gonna go out kicking and screaming and setting the entire place on fire. And she's already said so because instead of being like, hey, maybe you just weren't very good at your job. Like, Adam, what's been one of the biggest complaints over the last, I'll just say phase 4, moving into phase 5?
No planning?
That's one. But mainly, like, one of the biggest things people have complained about is poor special effects. It looks rushed. It looks crap.
Yeah, that's true.
And so that immediately falls onto the shoulders of Miss Alonso, who's also the same woman who said, maybe we shouldn't call them the X-Men anymore. That's an outdated term.
Okay, now that one is ridiculous. That reminds me of when George Carlin says, listen, I do believe we do need to change the language of the nation. Like, I do believe that a chairman should be called a chairperson. And I do believe that he named a couple off because, but when we're walking on the street, you want me to call a manhole cover a personhole cover. He goes, and now I'm just saying no. Like, this is like basically, now I'm paraphrasing, but that's what he said. He goes, this has just gone too far. And for me, so I don't see any problem with if you want to take the route there and say, well, X-Men, what does it really mean? Well, there's men and then there's women. I think that X-Men can be a fluid term just fine. You don't have to change it.
Well, it
means you're not what you used to be anyway.
No, because I always took it as not a math guy really, but I started getting bad at math once they started throwing letters in there. And always X was what? X was the unknown. So that's what it's basically saying. It's not saying, oh, it's X-Men. No, it's like it's saying the unknown. And if you're so close-minded and so just, I'll just say dumb not to get that and think it's strictly just, hey, it's it's people with penises. You don't get it. You simply do not get it.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be as complicated as putting any kind of like Superman is not super person. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just the X-Men. And they started off with having a female lead actually too, because Jean Grey is one of the leaders. So it wasn't an all male.
Jean Grey, Storm have all been leaders of the X-Men. Jean Grey's the most powerful X-Men besides maybe Apocalypse and whatever else they've made up. But back in the day, Jean Grey was the strongest strongest.
But to deliver the point home even more, Jean Grey was one of the first X-Men.
Right.
She was on the first team, the very first X-Men team ever formed. The Cyclops, Beast, Jean Grey, Angel, and Iceman.
Yep. Yeah, don't
you
even get me
go.
started what they've done to Iceman. But anyway, Victoria Alonso's gone, and this is just the beginning because they tried to package it up like, oh, because she was doing a side project for another studio, and when it came, Oscar time, she actually kind of repped with them instead of repping with Disney, and that's a big no-no. Everybody knows that if you're with Disney, you had better be all in with Disney, or else they'll find a reason to terminate you. But uh, her lawyers already come out and said it's because of her, because of her sexuality, that type of thing. So they're going that route immediately. So, and that's part of the problem when you have the activist type people, they don't go quietly at them. And so far, Victoria Alonso is not going quietly into the night, into
No,
into the unknown. So
she's got her reasons and she wants to be heard. Everybody deserves that. So.
sure, even if you have stupid opinions, you deserve to be heard.
Hey, the important thing is that they find the right person for the job.
Right. No matter what you got between your legs or who you sleep with. I don't care. Just give me good stuff. I really don't care.
Well, that's now see both. You're pushing it a little bit with the first one, what you got between your legs. Okay, I figure you got a point there. But who you sleep with in Hollywood, I mean, I'm not going to comment on it, but I hear they're a frisky bunch.
Yeah, not godly people. I'll say that. But anyway, Adam, another black eye on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Their big lead that they had set up through all of Phase 5 just got arrested for domestic assault.
Yeah, what happened with this one?
It's so details are still coming out here, but I do have an article I'm going to pull up real quick. But it's yeah, I'm a big fan of waiting till the investigation's done instead of just rushing to judgment like most people do. So, Creed 3-star says he was the one to actually call 911 to Manhattan apartment. Lawyer says after arrest. So, an attorney for Jonathan Majors released this. Wait, let's make sure we can see this, right? Okay. Before I start reading it, because there's nothing worse. Like, I'm reading this halfway through. Some of the people like, we can't see it, moron. So I was like, oh, let me make sure. But so this is from Channel 4 New York. An attorney for Jonathan Majors released a new statement Tuesday on the actor's behalf regarding the Manhattan arrest that landed Creed Star 3-star in handcuffs over the weekend. The 33-year-old Majors, whose acclaimed role in the 2020 HBO series Lovecraft County, I thought it was Country.
Lovecraft Country. It is Lovecraft Country. It is.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Not County, but
it's got to be a typo.
What happened to editing? Anyway. Can
I ask a question real quick? Because I've been skimming this. I haven't read the whole thing.
You're good.
Is he in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Or is he just in Creed?
No, he's Kang.
Oh, he is Kang.
Yeah. So if this comes up, if this goes completely sideways, like he's like the Phase 5 is F hard. So like I said, I'm a big fan of due process and not jumping to conclusions as to things, but it's not great looking so far. Let's see here. His lawyer, Priya Chaudhary, said the following day that there was evidence clearing him and sought to drive home the point Tuesday by addressing what representatives called some incorrect reporting around the 911 call. So it seems like he's the one who actually called 911. It does seem like it's one of those situations where there was at least some type of fight and cops got called. And here's the thing that I don't know if most people know or not, but when the cops get called in a domestic dispute, someone's going to jail. Like either way, someone's getting arrested typically. And I don't know if you saw him in Creed 3. He's pretty jacked, so they probably said, "Yeah, big boy, you're going to spend the night in the pokey." So,
well, how do we know it was our Jonathan Majors that hit this person? What if it was a different Jonathan Majors from another part of the multiverse?
There's thousands of Jonathan Majors out there. What?
How do we know
multiverse?
Wasn't it Jonathan Majors, the Conqueror, that hit this person?
It very well might have been another Jonathan Majors. I haven't looked into it that hard, but Adam, where is the opening to the multiverse? Is there an opening? I don't know, but if it is,
Oh, it's in Wisconsin.
oh, it's in Wisconsin. I was gonna say because if I would guess it's definitely Manhattan because of all the shit that seems to happen there. So I'm gonna stick with
Right? Remember that situation in the '80s, mid '80s, with all the ghosts.
yeah, situation the '80s. That situation at Stark Towers, it happens. So we don't know who or what Jonathan Majors it is. So.
No, but I mean, if you want to continue reading, I just wanted to know who he was playing. I only caught, I've been working a lot, so I haven't.
Yeah, there's a reason we haven't been able to do a show just because I started a new job. Adam's been working a ton, so it's like
Yeah, it just
every time we're like, "Hey, you want to do a show?" Like, yeah, and then we get through like, it's not happening today.
yeah, it's just it's a grind, man. This is a soul food project. Feeds the soul, but it doesn't feed the mouth.
Yeah, on occasion, yeah, we love doing the show. We love just talking about geeking out or stuff. But it comes first. Real life, getting the bills paid. So
yeah, amen to that.
yeah, anybody who watched the show notices something's different in Adam's background. He's moved.
Yes, these are the new digs, and I've got I always, every time we've done a show, for the most part, I haven't been like 100%, but I've always turned on the Batman 66 lamp. But now that I see it on camera, I don't think we can really see it. Let me go turn the lamp off. Let's see if it looks better. Okay. I'd like to have it. Let's see what you think.
All right, I'll do elevator music. Oh, let's keep a little bit better. At least you can tell what it is now.
Yeah, it just goes dark. So now I know that I'll just have to light it. You know what I mean? Point some lights at it. I can't hear you responding, so
I was just doing elevator music to fill time. But at least when you turned it off, you could actually see what it was. When it's lit up,
you could.
Probably tell. Yeah. Anyway, next time.
Next time, I'll actually light it. So.
All right. So another thing. Season 4? Is it? No, season 3. Season 3 of The Mandalorian? What year is this? Season 3 of The Mandalorian. What's going on? Viewership's down. Adam, what are your feelings so far of Mandalorian?
Katie Sackhoff, will you marry me?
My wife does not get jealous over much. She hates Katie Sackhoff. She actually refers to her in the unadmirable term of Katie Jackoff because yeah, she doesn't like
I got a feeling Katie Sackhoff would respect that.
I think you're right, but so
I like it. I like it a lot.
But Bo-Katan, she did the voice in the animated series, and whatever Katie Sackhoff wants to do when it comes to sci-fi nerdy stuff, I'm down for because she always does a great job. So, season, are you caught up on Mandalorian?
Yes, I am. It's the one show I am caught up on.
All right, fantastic. Yeah, I was listening to Chris Gore's Film Threat, and Adam, how often does it work out when we have a mysterious character that everybody likes, and then we go, let's do that guy's background? And how often does it go well?
Yeah, but whose background are we talking about here?
We're talking about more the lore of the Mandalorians in general. Because I think
but we got a show called The Mandalorian.
Right, but here's the thing. So the big thing about The Mandalorian this year is they actually get into more of the lore, right? And
a little bit.
But here's the thing, the deeper we go into Mandalorian lore, the more I go, this is dumb. I don't like it.
Well, why? I mean, it's adventurous. I mean, they're opening up some stories about what had gone on in the Empire and showing reconditioning of people. That's crazy.
If I have to listen to one more freaking LARPing cosplayers say this is the way, like it's something meaningful. Like there's certain things that they just say too much, and it's just like, oh, this is the way. This is the way. Like, shut up. I'm done. I'm sick and tired of. And it
You
really
must be-
started. It got
you
to
need
be
to-
last episode where I'm like, this is the way. This is the way. I was like, fuck sakes. Like, can we get that? Can't be said like 17 times what, because it's a greeting and a reciprocal thing. I was like, for fuck's sakes, like it
May the force be with
started
you then.
bugging me. What's that?
Well, may the force be with you.
See, that's fine.
No,
I can
it's
deal with that.
if they were
They
sitting
don't
around-
say. They don't say it like. Say, how many
if
times
we're
have you
chewing
heard?
on
how
lightsabers,
many
you'd
times-
be hard with a freaking cheeseburger at the end of it? Going,
You're not
yes!
wrong, but how often do they actually say that in the movies? Like
I
when it
don't
means
know.
something, right? But it does. But how many times do they say it in this fucking show? It seems like every 10 minutes.
I don't know about every 10 minutes, but
It
I mean,
seems. I want to counter. Let's go through and count it. But it seems
But
like
even
they,
if they
say-
did, I don't
but they
think it's
say it. They say it
misused.
too much.
these are some
My opinion, I think
disciplined
it's just
people.
too much. What's that?
These are some disciplined people. This is a creed. They have to repeat it all the time. I mean, it's like farting and not saying excuse me.
Interesting choice there.
Yeah.
But it's just, it seems to me the more they go like into the lore, like the Mandalorian, the more I go, this shit's stupid. Like it doesn't make sense.
See, I'm eating it alive. I'm liking the lore and everything. I like how crazy intense it is. I like this is Bo-Katan playing these guys, like, or is she really considering leaving the helmet on the whole time? I don't know. I don't know. So
I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
want to go to Arby's. I don't know.
So I don't know. I'm digging the Mandalorian season 3. That's it, man. I mean, it's simple. I'm
But-
enjoying it.
Get back to the other point of the reconditioning thing. It irritates me because it's setting up, or basically says, hey, just because the rebels or the new republic's in place, they're still terrible, just like the Empire was. And it's just like, okay, so why were we rooting for the rebels again? Because if they're going to be just as bad as the Empire, then what the fuck's the point? Sorry, I'm saying.
Well, the Empire blew up Eldaron. It's
Yeah.
kind of unforgivable. I mean,
Well,
and
here's
that's
the
just
fu-
because it's
well,
Eldaron. Like, I don't know any Eldarinis.
all the Iranians.
but
Where are,
I would-
are there any more Organas out there?
I don't know, but I would hope that the New Republic wouldn't fucking,
Well,
Wha-
that's kind of what they're setting up, where it's just like, well, their governments are just bad in general because if you're going to say they're willing to recondition people, or say, well, if they had the possibility, would they blow up another planet? I don't know, but I don't like that line of story where, just because, hey, now they're in power, they're going to do terrible things too. And it just makes me go, then why do we root for the rebels? Because the rebels were supposed to be the good guys, not just
right.
also bad guys who were being, oppressed.
But the things the Republic is doing really isn't that bad. They're letting these people have lives, and they're throwing away stuff and all that kind of stuff. It's not like they're making them. How do I put this? They're war criminals, and
I
it's
say
not.
it-
But they're
it-
not making them be invasive to other people's lives, and at the same time, they're giving them a pretty good deal. But their crime is being close-minded to the proper use of the genetic cloning thing, and I think that's where they're trying to say there's a line between where do you take it into your own hands and say, wait a minute, this is science. Like the only representation I liked of Ezra Miller's Flash, speaking of the comic book bad boys, or bad thems in his case.
Well done.
The only time I really enjoyed his performance is in the Snyder cut, because of the Joss Whedon cut, the Justice League cut. When they're talking about bringing Superman back to life, he's the first one that says, we have to do this. Like, we have to do this, and it's our responsibility to do this. It was like the scientist in him saying, we can bring someone back from the dead, then we have to try. You know what I mean? And Tony Stark, in the movies, played by Robert Downey Jr., when he's talking to Bruce Banner in the first Avengers movies, where he's like, "We're the mad scientists, man." You know, the things that science does. So I like where this character's going. I want to see what happens to him, and I want to know why this tough chick, this tough girl, is so interested in him. Does she still work for Gideon?
I have a theory about that, but I wanted to make a quick point before I forget. So obviously we know parts of the Star Wars, they lean into like World War II history. And I think this is kind of the representation of Operation Paperclip, where they say, hey, Nazi scientist, or in this case, Empire scientist, come on this way. This way.
Sure. Yeah. Sweep it under the rug. And
yeah, here's the secret base. You guys still get to do your stuff. Just don't do bad shit. And I think, and I don't remember, I think the actress's name is Katie O'Brien, because there was another story involving her that kind of was something stupid. But I have a feeling she's sort of being set up to be the replacement as to kind of what Cara Dune was supposed to be. And I could be wrong, but
I saw that too. That's kind of that's a predictable path if that's the case.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's one of the things that pissed me off most about the Gina Carano thing, is because I actually was really interested to see where that storyline went, and I think it kind of that's one of the things that pissed me off the most. Like, politics aside of it, I wanted to see where that story arc went, because they, the Republic Rangers and all that stuff. I was like, what? The who? The hell? Like, I didn't think like, oh, the rebels had special forces guys, and she was one of them. And I think that's maybe what she's doing, because clearly it's espionage, super, spy stuff, and I think that might be where that's going. And if it is, I'm excited about it. But that whole side story, I wasn't the biggest fan of, just because, like I said, I don't like when they're like, oh, we're going to teach you the right way to think. It's like, oh, this is not. Like, it just irks me, because I was like, then if they're going to do stuff like that, and it's like, then it's just like, why the hell were we supposed to be rooting for the Republic in the first place? Or
yeah, because we were taught a certain way to think when we went to school, and now they're trying to change
it. That's a completely different, but it's indoctrination. That's what school is. Let's be honest. But
life imitates art.
Right.
Art imitates life.
But I think that's my guess for that character, is she's probably some type of spy for the Republic, and that's her job, is to suss out, hey, are you really, not doing Empire stuff, or are you still just trying to do your evil, terrible thing still? So, and
that's shitty though if that's the case, because she totally manipulated that guy.
Oh yeah. Oh, she what's the where's Jason at? Because I need some legal terms. But isn't it? That's total. Like, he totally got entrapped. That was entrapment.
That was terrible.
Gave him some biscuits and said, "Hey, come this way. There's not a drug deal going on over here, a drug bust going on. Come on this way."
That's like you and I were friends, but your wife tells you that you absolutely have to go like on a health diet and everything, and I come over, or we're hanging out, and I'm like, what, you're gonna tell her you can't have at least one Twinkie?
Yeah, I mean, come on, let her tell you what to do.
Not even just like, I mean, I understand having to be home at like a certain time, that's just respect, but come on, man, you deserve a Twinkie. And then the next thing you know, like, you're eating pies and shit, and then they're like, I told you, Trudy, he's a piece of shit. Like, I'm going right behind you and saying, yeah, I see.
Which that may have happened, I'm not sure, but
I never told you. I never said a word.
Your face.
What the hell are you talking about, man? I never told you that you can't. Oh, it was all me.
That was
it was Kyle Rayner.
So, my
least favorite figure.
Okay, and then get to my other gripe with just kind of the Mandalorian stuff in general. The whole training scene, I was like,
Don't you pick on that little boy.
I'm not picking on anybody, but damn it, dude, it looks like cosplayers LARPing. It looked like cosplayers LARPing around, and I'm like, these are supposed to be the most. maybe just the way it was shot, but I was like, it looks like cosplayers LARPing. Like
The
these are supposed. What's that?
the generation after us, like when we gave up on like the kids stuff, they got Power Rangers, dude. Look what we're giving to these kids now. Come on, it's not like that bad.
It's not great, but and getting back to my point earlier about the lore, like these guys were supposed to be like the Spartans, from antiquity. These were supposed to be the most badass of the badass, and it just to me it doesn't translate. I'm just like, it looks like they're LARPing, and it looks like maybe they could have shot it a little bit better, but it looks like people LARPing on a beach.
You know what I couldn't decide that I liked about it, and I'm sure they did it in season 1 and 2, but that I've decided that I do like about it because it's kind of like a little kung fu-ish, is when like even when he's like in a battle, like a dog fight in space, and you don't see him, he comes out of nowhere. They play that, you know what I mean? That noise. I can't even come close to doing it. You know the sound effect I'm talking about,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. The Mandalorian sound, yeah.
Yeah, and he just, you know, it's like a cross between Star Trek and the Twilight Zone or something, like it's like Star Trek and the Twilight Zone to create this Star Wars noise. It's weird.
But and just in general, this whole season, it seems like, and I forget where I heard it first, but it seems like it's a video game. Here's a quest, do it. Here's a quest, go to the Mandalore waters, go bathe in there.
Oh, come on, man, that was sweet.
It's fine. Like, yeah, it was fine, but also like, hey, Mandalorian guy. Yeah, I just went there. The water's fine. Oh, why aren't they trying to go back to Mandalore?
Because they have other things to think about.
because
right
now,
now,
other stuff to do, like train on the beach and have their kids stolen by giant pterodactyl things, and just be like, yeah, it's like the second time this month that they just took one of our kids. Hope we get this one back. So,
I have a quote. Charlie Brown, you're the only person I know who could turn a wonderful season like Christmas and turn it into a problem. Of all the Charlie Browns in the world, you're the Charlie Browniest.
I am.
That's okay. We can agree to disagree on it. That's fine. I'm having a good time with Mandalorian season 3.
And anybody out there if you're having a fun time watching it, fantastic. But I'm just like, one more cosplayer shows up and says this is the way, and they act like it was like an integral moment in their lives. Like, drives me nuts. But also that's partially me because like in the last like decade or so, we were really entrenched in like the church culture. So it's a lot of that stuff where it's like, God bless you. No, God bless you. Like you got to like try and one up each other.
Amen.
How Christian you are. It's like, so stuff like that.
I actually am putting in an order for new toys. Are you still collect toys? Amen.
Amen.
No, I was just trying to use it in a sentence. I was just trying to use it in a sentence. I know what you're talking about. Like,
God bless you.
And
bless
sure, anybody who goes to church out there, you keep going if you enjoy it and all that kind of stuff. Hey, we're just.
But you also know the crap.
Simply talking about. I'm talking about the parlance of the church. It's.
Yeah, the show on Sundays, and then you get home and you're like, F this, like, God, get home.
Yeah,
I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding.
Yeah. So, okay, what else you got for us?
What else we got? Mandalorian viewership is down. Last Ronin getting a video game. What? Oh yeah. So let's see here.
So this is the shit that makes me wince, man.
Because the only reason I'm excited, well, one reason. So this, where are we at here? From IGN, God of War inspired TMNT, the Last Ronin game, is in the works. So anybody who is a fan of the 2020 till, was it last year? This year, last year, when it finally the Last Ronin miniseries finally wrapped up, phenomenal. And now it looks like they are getting a God of War style game. The Last Ronin is notable.
I mean, why not?
Yeah. Well, if they're going to do it right, right? So, and it's going to be set in the Last Ronin world, so it's not like there's like the cartoony version or even the comics version or the 17 iterations that's been out since the 80s. So, as long as they stick to like, hey, we're going to stick to this futuristic New York City where, it's basically, spoiler alert, Mikey, the Last Ronin, taking on the last of the Foot Clan. Yeah, I'm down with this.
No, I mean if it's good and they do it, they do it well. I'm all about it. My apprehension. It's like I still want to play, and I will be scheduling a surgery soon to get my hands fixed, but or it is already scheduled. But I want to play that Gotham Knights game because I want to see how they handle the Court of Owls.
Oh,
Sometimes stuff like that feels like too soon, too fast, too soon. And like we've had Bane around almost 30 years now,
yeah.
and the closest we get, the closest we get to a good live action performance is a stunning performance by Tom Hardy. But at the end of the day, he's someone's henchman.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's a woman or not. You know what I mean? Now that I think about it,
he's still a pit bull on a leash.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, I mean, it doesn't matter, what it is, and we all know how I feel about like shoehorning a love story in for no fucking reason. But
Hate it.
You could shoehorn in like, yes, Bane listens to me because I don't care if it's a dude, I don't care if it's a chick. No bosses for Bane, man. No bosses for Bane. Make comics great again.
Hey Nate, thanks for joining us.
What's going on, Nate? But yeah, so I 30 years, and we closest we've seen to a proper Bane is the Batman the Animated Series.
Getting back to the Last Ronin stuff, so it is going to be a AAA game, which means they are investing some money and time, so it's probably not going to be out for a couple of years anyway. But yeah, I'm you said you schedule time. I was like, I am scheduling time when that game comes out because I'm going to need probably a few days to just go have some fun because I don't get to do that very much with video games anymore. So, but that's one I'm going to set some time aside for sure.
Good deal.
All right, so let's get to the bad stuff. Bad stuff's gone. Let's do the good stuff.
Okay.
What do you got? Where do you want to go first, I should say?
All the good news has been in toys, man.
Yeah, that's true.
It really has. I mean, McFarlane has, like, basically, as far as the DC Multiverse stuff is going, this whole month that we haven't had a show going, he's released the Flash line with the Keaton Batmobile. The Titans line, I think, came out at the tail end of either before our last show or after our last show.
Yeah, I think that's actually showing up in stores right now, actually. So.
Yeah. And was that a Wicked Witch from Wizard of Oz?
Probably not. Nope, that's Harry Potter.
No. It had a cone hat and everything. I think you got to go up.
Oh. All right. I do not see a Wicked Witch.
I mean, there's definitely a Wicked Witch on this page.
All right.
I just don't know if it's Wizard of Oz or not. I think you better scroll down now because you weren't that far from it.
No.
Originally. Why did the eye catch?
Bugs Bunny.
There it is, right there.
Oh, that Wicked Witch. Yeah.
Is that a statue or is it a figure?
This is join the movie Maniacs and Warner Brothers 100 Wicked Witch West available for pre-order now at select retailers. This limited edition 6-inch pose figure includes an environmental base.
I'm buying it.
All right.
Absolutely fucking.
I want this one. I like Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso, nice.
So, but yeah, let's go. So, all right. So here's the thing that I don't like. That of all the things, once again, we're going to start with the bad that I didn't like, and it's only based off of one thing. I love this, but Adam, I hate the effing price.
Wasn't it like $250?
$250.
No.
Like, come on, man. Like, I know margins and business and the whole deal, but holy moly. Like 150. I'm in. No, I
Well, for
can't.
what? What does it do? Why is it 250?
Let's see here. The McFarlane, the Batwing Gold Label vehicle is available at pre-order now. The Batwing has a massive 35-inch wingspan and is made to fit the Flash Movie Multiverse Batman and over 7-inch scale figures. It can be mounted to a wall with the included Batman logo mount. Features retractable landing gear, easy to open cockpit, boosters, and collectible art cards. So, I mean, I it's cool. It's awesome. I get it. It ain't 250 cool for me though.
I agree.
So,
I
but
agree.
and the other and then they had
Listen, if I was in that price range, if I had the money, yeah, I'd do it. But
even
doesn't mean I'd have to like it.
yeah, but because I think this is it's fantastic. All fantastic cycle too. But I think this is $35. $37. I just don't see where
Really?
the jump is. I mean, it might be 40 to 50, but no, because it can't be that much. I think it was like under 40 or right around 40 for this. And fantastic, great price, right?
Yeah.
And then what everybody's been clamoring for like literally since 1989, this has usually got to be like near the top of anybody's list of favorite Batmobiles. No matter, how much, like, I love the Batman 66 Batmobile, but like right there, it's this Batmobile. Like, it's 1A, right?
It's so hard to say which one's better.
Yeah, I say,
I
which
mean,
kid do you want me to kill? Like, of all the Batmobiles, but this one, like, this is always going to be towards the top of any Batman fan's list.
yeah, and when it is available, I will buy it. But I just and I don't mind what is the price point on the 70?
I think it was 70, but I know the pre-order sold out like immediately.
Yeah,
So,
but I mean, it'll be on sale again. I mean,
yeah, so
they'll come back with it.
So,
I just hope it doesn't come back with like, I want it to be that. So
right.
I can't believe there's a 7-inch scale Batmobile out there.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, if you're gonna do it right, do it right. Like, see, even I would pay $100 for the Batmobile to offset the cost for the Batwing. That's like, geez, it's just 250 is too much for just about anything. I mean, unless it's super limited edition, like I did, like the turtle band, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the price point of the turtle band, but that's a NECA. Like, they very rarely do stuff like that. So to me, like, hey, once in a while, yeah, we'll go that way, but yeah, I don't know why it bugs me for the price point of that, but it does bug me. But it's got a bunch of cool stuff. It does bug me.
God, that Batmobile's awesome. Take a look at the Keaton Batman.
T, what's good, old heads? Yeah, sorry, we're old. Thanks for showing up, T. So, yeah, going through the McFarlane stuff. So they also got the 12-inch, or this is 7-inch figure. So this 7-inch figure with the Keaton head. It's Adam. I know you were saying you had a bit of an issue with this figure because it's getting back to one of the best Batman costumes, and near the top of the list is always going to be the '89 Batman costume, just because that's almost as close as you get from the comics. So,
and it was just such everything you've ever seen is based off of that damn suit now.
Well,
everything,
my big thing, like, I think maybe it started with Injustice, or maybe not, but it just seems as soon as they started like just plunking armor all over Batman, it's like
I can't stand that.
I'm not the biggest fan of that.
This doesn't look too bad. What I worry about is the the live not live feeds, but the still images that we've seen, and some of like the video images we've seen from Batgirl, and it's really hard to get a fix on that suit. Like some of it looks garbage baggy to me. Or like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yep.
And I hope that they didn't do that, because it never looked garbage baggy ever.
No.
But
It was always, and I forget, maybe because I think I was watching a video with Alex Ross while he was doing a painting where he's just like, basically, if you're doing like a skin tight uniform, like it's like basically like it's painted on the figure, right? Because
yeah,
no matter how tight you have something fit, like there's always going to be that you're going to lose a touch of definition. So in the comics, basically, if you see a comics thing, it's basically like the things painted on there. And that's what that '89 Batman, uh, that costume really had. Where it's like, yeah, that's from the comic book, man. That's one of the things they absolutely nailed. Michael Keaton couldn't turn his head, but it looked great.
right. Yeah, it looked great. This figure has the potential to look better than the actual fucking suit. That's what I'm kind of worried about. So
Yeah, it's getting to that. Hey, we're armoring him up, and I don't like that. But that seems to be the trend now because they even did that with this Flash. I, all right, I'm not
yeah, a
100%
Batman
what-
Flash.
Yeah, the Batman Flash. Okay, that's
Look at his Batman ears.
yeah. I don't like it. That's why I changed the picture. But I do like one of the things I did like from the trailer. I really liked the Flash's costume. Not loving the toy look, but I do like, at least in the trailer, I think that Flash's costume looks fantastic. So,
Oh yeah, no,
but
I thought that too.
once again, it kind of gets into that. I'm not sure if it's kind of circuitry or even armory, but uh, once again, Flash should be like as streamlined as possible because
Batflash.
Bat Flash, because hey,
Here she
you're a
is.
speedster, so yeah. Not loving the head sculpt and the paint. That's going to need some detailing there, but otherwise looks good.
Yeah,
For that,
looks good.
except for the what we complain about the diaper. The diaper look is little. She's got some shorts on.
Yeah, I mean, I like the suit. I gotta tell you that I like how it's kind of based off of Henry Cavill's Kryptonian
Right.
suit. So, hey, Kitka, why don't you come and join the show? She can't stand when, yeah, she hates it when my attention is elsewhere.
Well, and
She
it's been a while
complains.
since you've done the show, so it's like, hey, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah,
But once again, it's just a bunch of armor slapped on Bat.
yeah.
Not my favorite. That's one of the things that drove me crazy because the Batflick Batman, they crushed that costume looked fantastic too.
Well, that was Zack Snyder. That was Zack Snyder, and he loves the Dark Knight Returns. I think that's what he wanted to do. I think Zack Snyder's dream was to do the Dark Knight Returns, and
Well, I mean just the actual Batman costume from Snyderverse and stuff. Where I think that costume looked fantastic.
yeah, you mean like from Batman v Superman,
Well, from the
Justice League.
Justice League.
Yeah, he
But-
said he's inspired everything from Frank Miller.
Yeah.
On that, that's why. Did you see the? Did you catch the Bat Tank at the end of the Snyder cut?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty. That was it from the fucking comic. It was great. So yeah, I mean, it did look skin tight. It didn't look like armor. You're right.
Right. Flat
I really enjoyed
Bat
it too.
Tash.
Take a look at this year, Gal Gadot.
How long are we going tonight? I don't know. Probably. I don't know. Usually, right around till 9:00. So that's usually when we sign off, somewhere around there. So Nate was just asking when we were signing off. Like, I don't know. We'll see how it's been a while. So
Do you have something to say, Kitka? Tell people at home hello.
sorry, Nate. Kika's taking over the show.
She's all mad at me. You're so ferocious, aren't you? You're so ferocious.
So
All right.
here's the Gal Gadot, because this is actually from the Shazam line. So
Damn, look at her face sculpt. It's way better than the other one.
yeah, face sculpt's good. Yeah, I like it. Even her armor, like the skirt armor thing, looks good
Yeah.
without looking, funky. So
I'll definitely pick it up. I might not open it, but I'll pick it up. We need a proper Wonder Woman though. I've got a head swap on mine. I need a Wonder Woman from the comics.
and then did we
Oh,
talk
shit.
about the Titans line? So this is
Oh, he was from that show Angel.
what? Who? What?
Did you ever watch Angel with the demon
No.
who did karaoke?
Oh no.
That's what he looks like.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this Beast Boy, but
That's Beast Man, bro.
yeah, Beast Man, bro.
Yeah, that guy is like he's a quarterback.
Yeah, I'm
I
probably
mean, like,
I'm gonna pass on the Titans line probably.
hey, if you can scroll up again, there was one more.
I can scroll
Like
wherever you want.
All right, it caught my eye. Not Supergirl. Where? No,
This
that
is a
wasn't.
12-inch figure, even though that's Ezra Miller for sure.
I think that's going to be filling up warehouses very soon.
I mean, it looks good. It's like I said, if this weren't like a statue and you could head swap this, like it's fantastic. I love that pose, but it's
Yep,
that's definitely Ezra Miller.
definitely. Gosh,
They
where was
also
that figure?
had this 12-inch, this head sculpt on this 12-inch Michael Keaton Batman looks fantastic.
No, that looks fantastic.
I'm not sure. I don't care for the pose, but I do like the head sculpt. Great. See, this is fantastic. This one, all right. This is a 12-inch.
That's crazy. That's the original. That's the original grappling hook from the '89 movie.
Yeah. Once again,
I know because I own the NECA hook.
I say if this were all just 80, I'm gonna buy it. I like it.
I'm gonna buy it anyway.
I'm gonna buy it.
I can't blame you. Yeah, keep scrolling up, please. I know I can't remember the figure I saw. Now you're getting warmer.
Oh,
Warmer.
this is
There. Jay Garrick Flash. That's who it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's a must-have in my collection. In fact, I have a toy announcement to make for myself.
Oh,
Since this is the escape with Nick and Adam, you'll be interested to find out how Nick or Adam escapes. My Motu collection has grown, and
is it
I have one. Pardon me.
is it pregnant?
Yes, it's very pregnant. But I will be ordering my last Masterverse figure until, not my last one, but until like the new stuff kind of comes out that's not pre-order anymore. And I will be buying, not this coming week, but the following week, my very first DC Multiverse McFarlane figure of 2023.
Yeah, since Adam's been on the budget plan for moving, so hold
Too
on.
bad.
There he goes. Okay, start over because the thing was washed.
Like Nate, the Kitka show. That's right. No, there was 1 week where I got two figures because Too Bad was on sale for $10 off on Target, and it's a $30-some figure. And I was kind of bitchy about getting it anyway because I didn't like that it was deluxe. But then when I got it, I was like, wow, this is a really he's tall, man. Like,
Oh yeah,
he's a tall figure. He's badass.
which one is that?
This is Too Bad.
No, I know, but who makes it? Who's the maker?
Mattel, Masters of the Universe.
Okay, yeah. Well, I was just wondering because there's like 6 different Motu producers, but or 6 different lines. Because I almost bought a couple of those, just because like those are freaking fantastic, but I just can't get into another freaking.
I understand.
I don't need to be starting any new lines randomly like I do with gargoyles, and I'm like, this is a mistake. This is terrible.
Mhm.
Why did I do this?
That's why I don't play around with my Star Wars toys that often.
Yeah, well,
Then we got the Shadow Weaver here,
Shadow Weaver.
which I think is just a. Always thought this was a badass, spooky looking character. Anyway,
Oh yeah,
you know
it's
what I
like
mean?
a big girl version of Orko.
Yeah, yeah. Talks like this. Fucking crazy shit.
So yeah,
So
because
yeah, man.
yeah, like the only thing I've been really on the hunt for was the NECA Holothon stuff, and I don't know. Did I show you? I can't show you. Because they usually just do like when it comes to Holothon stuff, they actually usually have like an end cap with everything that's coming out for it. Uh, bone dry up here at my Target has been bone dry for anything, and I posted a picture on the Facebook page, the Turtle Layer, great group of guys over there. If you're looking for a good turtle group, especially on Facebook, go check out the Turtle Layer. I posted there because I posted they had like a couple of the spider gremlins, and then there was a bowl, like a wooden bowl, like decisions were made. It was just like it was so sad and pathetic. I had to post the picture. So because the big thing from the NECA Holothon was the accessory kit that came with like the 4 baby turtles, and
Yeah.
that everybody wanted, and it's you try and go find things in the wild or you order online so you don't have to pay the secondary market prices. There's no way around it. I'm gonna
With
have to
that
pay
one?
the yeah. There's no that one. That one pissed so many freaking fans off. Like I saw people who were like, "What? Why do I even collect? I'm gonna stop collecting because of this." That's how pissed off people were because
Because they couldn't get a hold of it.
couldn't get a hold of it. And you know how they always kind of short one to make it a little more, uh, a little more, uh, that the fans really need. Everybody's gonna go like, this is the figure, and the accessory kit for this Holothon was the one where they go like, oh, we're just gonna manufacture just a few less, and it pissed off so many people.
That's not even cool.
Well, especially when you had people going, "Hey, NECA, you beep!" Like people were
Wow.
pissed. I this is probably the second or third Holothon that I've been collecting, like especially for turtle stuff, and kind of been into it. But this people were pissed about not being able to get the accessory kit. Now, that being said, are they probably going to leak out a few extras like in a little bit? Sure. But for the big opening week where everybody's looking, really trying to track stuff down, and man, yeah, people were freaking fired up about it. So, no bueno. Nope.
Well, that's how I will feel if they don't manufacture more Batmobiles. So,
So now we got the 66 Batmobile. Thank you. We got the 89 Batmobile. Are we gonna get the Batman animated one, or did they already do one for McFarlane?
no, they haven't done that for McFarlane.
Because that's next, right? That's got to be next on the list.
Priority.
Because that's my out of those three, like it's either whatever you want to say, but 66 Batman, my favorite. I have my reasons. 89 Batman and animated Batman animated series, like those are the real like. Ugh.
Don't forget about Nolan's Tumblr.
I wasn't the biggest fan of the Tumblr. I know a lot of people did. I was like, it was great for like what it did in the movie, and for functionality inside Nolan's, but it was never like, oh, I need me.
It wasn't sexy for it.
Not sexy, dude. Not like those other Batman.
Yeah, those are sexy Batmobiles.
They're sexy as hell.
I agree.
So,
but I love the Tumblr. I'm on record. I have to go on record saying that I love the Tumblr.
The Tumblr is great, but also I just think like it's just for a 7-inch scale, that's going to be a massive freaking thing. Like that thing's huge.
Imagine the tires on it. It'd be the tires would be
yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like, oh, Thunder Tank. It's gonna go over the Thunder Tank like a freaking like Bigfoot.
Yeah. So. Welcome to the Thunderdome.
Okay. All right. So, toy news. What else we got for toy news, Adam?
So Masterverse released a bunch of coolness that's coming. They got a Grizz lore. Um, you can go to Big Bad Toy Store and take a look at some of them if you had to. But they announced a Horde Grizz lore. They announced a Revelations Prince Adam, which looks really good. He comes with two heads, and one's like a big smiling like Goku head. Like with big shit eating grin. Ram Man with three heads, three different head sculpts.
I love Redman.
Buzz Off, and yeah. Oh, they got New Adventures Skeletor, which let me turn on the light here. I'll show you a couple of new ones I've gotten. If you just type in Masterverse, like I don't know much about the origins, but
All right, so let's see. So Big Bad Toy Store, we have the Masters of the Universe Origin Spike Door Squeeze with 3 S's at the beginning. That's fun. Eternian Guard, Origins Snake Armor Man at Arms.
yes,
Origins Slamurai. Golly, I missed that piece.
So Snake Armor Man at Arms and Origin Snake Tila, those, and then you got Randor. Those are all 2000X, the Mike Young Productions figures, because they go deep into the Snake lore. And then I don't know if you had the Dragon Blast Skeletor when you were a kid. I think I did, but that thing was sweet. But these are all the Origins ones. Now I was able to pick up this here Masterverse. Oh, you're I got it. This is the New Adventures He-Man Target exclusive Masterverse. Do you remember when He-Man went to the future and fought Skeletor in space?
Who doesn't?
Yeah. So he also comes with the armor and stuff. I got my hands on Mr. Manny Faces.
I love Manny Faces.
Yes. And you can change that, and you can pop the helmet off, and he comes with all these new faces to put on.
It comes with a backpack full of faces.
Yeah, and the backpack comes off, and because he's an actor, so he can play different roles. And then the Sorceress is on top of Gray Skull. I don't know if you can see.
Yeah.
Gray Skull right there. There you go.
So, scare me when you do that. I thought something died.
Died? Ooh. Man, one of my to quote Tommy Lee Jones, one of my action figures did a Peter Pan. Look here, which one?
What is rumbling on your table there?
That?
Yeah.
Oh, that's just like the leather rubbing up against something.
Okay, I can hear it. So.
Sorry, I got a Yeti mic.
Rumbling.
My bad.
All right, so that's what we
I'm
got.
hungry.
Well, who isn't? It's dinner time. All right, so then these are not pre-orders. So the Origins Rattler.
Yeah. So you get a lot of
is it Mantina or Mantena?
Yeah, Mantena. So I kind of don't know shit about this line because I don't collect it. But it is modeled after what we played with as kids. So what they're doing over at Mattel is coming out with all the versions of He-Man. Same thing they're doing with Masterverse, but they're putting them in this kind of size and this kind of scale. So there you got 2000X Skeletor, 2000X He-Man. I don't know what's up with this 40th anniversary Roton or why I don't own it yet, but
I was gonna say, that looks good. I'll take that.
Oh yeah, the vehicles are cool because you can kind of pass them off as Masterverse scale,
Clawful.
So yeah. Oh, they announced a Clawful for Masterverse as well. So
nice. I love this stuff. Yes. Yeah.
So what you need to do, Nick, is in the search box, just type in Masterverse, and you'll see all the ones that are compatible with McFarlane's scale, and you'll see the new clawful that I will own this fall. That's all one word. There you go. So here are what I like to call the big boy toys. Got your Hordak, your 40th anniversary He-Man. They even do the Netflix special in this buck too. And then
that's good. You can get the whole line for $90. That's not bad.
I know it's pretty good. At Battle Armor He-Man, I think I showed him on the show before. But yeah, I pretty much have almost all of these except for like the Netflix one and stuff, and of course the ones that aren't out. She-Ra's great. I don't have Sunman. But the Viking He-Man, he's right here. Folks who can see me off to the side. You don't have to show me. Oh, well, here he is. Viking He-Man.
Ta-da.
He's got the knife in his boot. The knife comes out too. See?
That's the stuff that I love about today's toys. They're just not molded in. Like, no, it's an accessory.
Yep. So yeah, they announced a new Clawful. They've announced Grizzlor. They announced, I think I already said them all, but Buzz Off. I would love to see if that's how the line's going to go out, as it's rumored or whatever, since Toy Guru Nightlick said so, and we're yet to see that confirmed. But if that's how they're going to go out, then I mean. Yeah, I've got enough figures, dude. If I suddenly was like in Tom Hanks' situation in that movie Big, I could play He-Man.
Yeah. Yeah, Nate is trying to crash our party here, so hold on 1 second. I'm going to try and get a link over.
I come to crash your party. You think you're the star of the show, but I'm about to let you know.
Hold on, Nate. I'm working on it.
He's working on it. He's working on it.
All right. Nate, it's sent. So, all right. But yeah, so getting back to the Holothon. Stuff, I was able to get me one thing that I really wanted from Holothon. And
that is badass.
My black and white Yusek Yojim with its tiny dinosaur. Tiny dinosaur.
Hell yeah. Is that a Brontosaurus?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, are the dinosaurs still the dinosaurs we grew up with, or are they all renamed now?
I don't see. Here's the thing.
Stegosaurus was
like,
a Patasaurus.
I say when we were growing up, there was like T-Rex. There was the Brontosaurus. There's the Stegosaurus, the Triceratops, and then Jurassic Park came out.
Yeah, Steven Spielberg invented the Velociraptor.
Yeah, and then the Raptor came out, and everybody's like, Raptor, Raptor, Raptor. I was like, bruh.
Bruh.
You got a basketball team now. There's no T-Rex basketball team. There's the Raptors up in Toronto.
How many championships have the Raptors won?
One? I think.
Like all the way, like the Super Bowl of whatever basketball is.
The Larry O'Brien trophy. I think they won it a few years ago.
Is that what it's called? The Larry O'Brien trophy?
I think so. Yeah.
Who's Larry O'Brien?
I don't know. Old guy.
Gotcha.
Probably like the first commissioner of the league or something like that.
First commissioner of the league. Why wouldn't they just call it the Gordon then?
Yeah, let's Adam, let's get to some comments.
I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. Ooh.
All right, if we're gonna start singing classic '90s rap. I need the authorization first because I will sing a little Cool J. Mama said, "Knock you out all day long."
I'm going to knock you out.
All right,
Mama
Adam.
said to knock you out.
So remember when I was talking about Swamp Thing Green Hell? Like that was the
Yes.
comic I really liked, and it took like a year. I'm gonna say 7 years for issue 2 to come out.
Mhm.
I have issue 3 now. It seems like issue 2 came out. I got like a week and a half ago, and then I just picked up Green Hell issue 3. It's fantastic. Adam, I don't want to put the cart before the horse here, but this might be my favorite comic so far of the year, at least my favorite miniseries.
Really?
It's freaking cool. So here, I'm gonna try and show you a quick panel because I haven't read too many Swamp Thing comics where they actually have King Swamp Thing. Well,
Holy shit!
Look at this panel.
That's like one hell of a splash page, man.
It's one of the best splash pages I've seen in a long time, and it's freaking it's gorgeous. Barely know what's going on. It's one of the few times where I looked at my wife and I said, "Look at this shit," and she's like, "Very nice." I said, "Thank you." So, but this is going on. I guess it should have been last year, but it's going on one of my top, at least mini series of 2023, and definitely going on the read list. Go read this thing; you will not be disappointed.
Who's the writer?
They got Jeff Lemire, Lemire, Doug Mankey, Sean Mole, and David Perrin are on the covers here. So, yeah, Jeff Lemire is the writer, and then they have Doug Mankey and Sean Mole as the artist, David Barron as the colorist, and Steve Wands as the letterer. So, but so you get in this miniseries, you get Swamp Thing, obviously. You get not young Constantine, you get old Constantine. Who else do you get?
Looks like you get Dead Man.
You get Dead Man.
Who is the girl in blue on the cover?
That is it Animal Girl?
Hmm.
Yeah, you get some pretty deep pulls, and it's pretty cool. It's like, oh, like was not expecting that.
Right.
So it's yeah, it took a while, and I think a lot of people forgot about it, but why this got stuck in like production hell of comics, I have no idea, because this thing's freaking awesome. And go read it. I'm not like the biggest I know so much about Swamp Thing because you know, since I've kind of gotten back into comic books, I kind of chose a handful of characters to go after. One is Swamp Thing, and as far as I'm concerned, at least for modern Swamp Thing, it's freaking fantastic. So,
gotta pick your poison with comic books.
Well, that's the thing. I remember there was someone on the internet was trying to be like, I know everything there is to know about every single comic book. I was like, first of all, you have to be full of shit because no one can. One, you can't unless you're rich. There's, you know, to buy all the comics and then to have time to read all the comic books, you're full of shit.
What doesn't make for a very balanced life either. Hold on, let me turn off the light in the back.
So, but that's one of my favorite comic books I'm reading. And one of the other ones I'm following that's it's a callback from the 90s, and it's probably because they're just doing the 30th anniversary of Wildstorm, is let's read the last issue of Wildcats. Wait for Adam to get back. Hello. So, Adam, I was just telling, I read the latest last issue of Wildcats, and I think I was telling you because I think we were actually talking on the phone about this, where the last issue they started to do something I absolutely despised, and they were making Mr. Majestic as a son of Krypton, and I'm like, that doesn't make me happy at all. And then in the last issue they they actually had Superman show up and say, "Listen here, Mr. Majestic, you are not actually a son of Krypton." And they had some type of fight trying to say he was a son of Krypton, and Superman just like you're just not, man. So there's elements that I like they're doing in Wildcats Adam, but overall it's like still trying to find their legs. Like they had the Court of Owls in there for a hot second, and now they're gone.
That's what I'm talking about when you
that's-
brought up the last Ronin like video game. Like, is it too much too soon? Like, you know what I mean? But I guess I should just accept it that when you write something like incredible, like these days, it accelerates a lot faster. Like it took a long time for the Dark Knight Returns to ever hit mainstream. And I know, that's always my default, but yeah.
Oh, we've all got them, so it's cool.
So yeah, man, I'm just playing with this Manny faces again. Twisted his face today. I change his face on a regular basis.
Well, that's the thing. That's the other thing. So, if you're gonna get into collecting toys,
Not on.
Trouble's here.
What's going on, Nate?
What's up, good buddies?
Not much, my man. How's it going? Good to see your face.
Thank you. Good to see you guys too. I was in the crowd, and Josh actually had the idea to crash the party earlier, and I asked, and he's like, "You don't ask to crash a party; you just show up."
Kind gentlemen, if I crash your party, yeah, right. That's not crashing anymore. I guess.
You guys were playing catch up. I don't want to just show up and be like, "Hey, what's up, guys?"
No, Nate, you are always welcome, sir. So where's
Always.
Josh at?
He's cooking dinner. I don't know if he's gonna jump on, but
So the crasher is too busy now.
he was waiting on me, and I thought we were gonna like check out YouTube and chat, and then I messed everything up. So
So nothing new.
no, yeah, it's on point for future reference.
So Nate, you guys just came back from. I know this is once again getting back to catching up. So you guys just went to a Comic-Con, right?
Yeah, we went. Josh hit up Sacramento Comic-Con with Eric, who just finished issue 4, the interiors, and
Nice.
Josh is like a networking monkey. Like he swings from the rafters and like talks to everyone, and he's quite talented at it. And so he met a lot of people. I don't know if you saw, there was a picture of him with the kid who played Boba Fett. And
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So he was that was cool. And we were trying to like figure out ways to I don't know. We were thinking about doing like a sketch cover for him, like Mando holding a chihuahua, but I don't know. And then we did a small Comic-Con in Northern Arizona this last weekend, which was the very first Comic-Con we went to about 364 days earlier, like literally the day before.
No kidding.
Yeah, so it was kind of a sweet little I don't know, what's it called? It had some meaning to it. It was cool to go up there. We didn't do all that well, but there was a lot of like friends that we've made over the last year, almost said years, and yeah, it was good to get out of town, and yeah, so that's kind of our little con experience lately.
That's cool.
I'll say it is con season, so I'm excited for the Motor City Comic Con here in May. Got some. I have to temper my excitement because it always seems like, especially if, I don't know if all Comic Cons are like this, like they announce so many people and then like slowly but surely they start like falling away because of things just happen. I don't know if it's just like a Detroit thing or if that's just how Comic Cons are. So, but
From what I see, it happens a lot.
yeah, so it figures like, yeah, Comic Cons are cool and all, but or you could go shoot a movie.
If something better came up, I gotta go.
Yeah, this I could make a couple. I can make some decent cheddar over here, or I could go make millions of dollars shooting a movie. I better go shoot the movie.
It's like you're going to on a date with like some like girl you kind of like, and then the hot chick's like, hey, you want to go over here with me?
Yeah. Then the prom queen calls. You're like, I better go. Sorry.
I'll talk to you later.
Yes. So, but,
I've kind of had that happen in a way. Like, I
was
remember.
like, wait a second.
It wasn't the prom queen or anything like that. I just remember in high school, like, there's this girl that we weren't exactly official or anything, but we were good. You know what I mean? And I was like, man, I'm pissed at this lady, blah, blah, not lady, but I'm pissed at this girl because, I want her to commit and all this kind of stuff. I ain't gonna talk to her, and then we're gonna hang out. And then she called me up, and I'm like, I'll be right there. And I called my buddy.
I'm on my way.
Like, such called, can't hang up. And yeah, my friend was pissed, but what young men do.
So Nate, we were talking some Mandalorian. Are you caught up with Mandalorian?
No, I'm not, but Josh is. And
I know. And that was one of the reasons I bet he's like, he saw me talking some crap about Mandalorian. He's probably upset.
Yeah. Yep. No, he's
Rightfully so.
I've actually I started watching two movies. Oh, I can't see that I'm referencing for something I'm writing in. It's cool. We got to a point with Chihuahuas where we're just like in a little holding pattern, and I've been able to relax, and I
you can breathe a little bit.
I got overwhelmed recently and just tired, and it's nice to like be able to take a little break. My grandpa went into hospice, and just everything combined kind of got overwhelming, but I was able to chill and watch. I don't know if we talked about it before. Ex Machina. Have you guys heard of that one? Movie?
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
It's really good, man, and it's funny because it's about AI, and it was made like 2007 or something. And then I actually got to I don't usually chill and just watch a movie, and I did. And then there's also Hard Candy. Have you guys seen that one?
Love Hard Candy.
Hard Candy. That's a classic, ain't it?
That's Juno.
No, I'm thinking that.
Ellen
I'm
Page.
thinking of Joe.
I wasn't sure where to
Yeah.
go. I was
Yes!
Elliot Page or
Holy
Ellen Page,
shit.
so.
I've seen that movie. Is that where she tortures a guy?
Yeah.
Kind of. It's so like both. And I'll tell you just a little bit about Ex Machina. Is this AI is created, and the creator, and it's Alicia Vikander, who played Tomb Raider, Oscar Isaac, who plays Poe Dameron, and then Domhnall Gleeson, who he was in the Star Wars movies also. He's kind of like a redheaded guy.
Yeah, I didn't realize he's the son of his dad.
Patrick-
He's the son of his dad.
dad's a famous actor.
Me too.
But yeah, sorry, but his dad's famous.
I'm the son of my.
It's yeah, we lost Nate. Nate's like F this. Oh, I thought Nate did the well. I'm out on that. Moron.
He was doing an impersonation of my dad.
Oh.
At least you knew your dad.
Yeah. No, we had a good relationship. We had an agreement. I was 3 months old. We decided that our lives were going in different directions, and we thought it just best to do that.
Yes.
So,
The
Awkward.
in Ex Machina, though, the Oscar Isaac's character creates this AI, and he makes it a female, which AI doesn't have to have a gender. But
Oh yeah, I've seen this.
do you see the movie?
No, I've seen the preview.
But it's so good because in both movies there's like this seduction thing that happens, and like it's just played so well. And I had an idea, so I got to sit down today and like actually kind of bang some stuff out, and just I don't know why I started telling you that, but it's nice to just like detach from Chihuahuas a little bit. Issue 4 is done. We got a new cover. I think you guys have probably seen it. The This Is Us. I keep calling it This Is Us.
The last of the Chihuahuas.
Yeah, The Last of Us Chihuahuas. Last of the Chihuahuas.
I saw that. That's badass.
Dude, and the guy, he's so good. Like, he didn't really need a bunch of direction. I had him do a sketch cover, like a fun one, for $50, and it's actually on the page too. And I saw him in the bathroom at a con, and I was like, "Hey, wouldn't it be really cool if you like did a detailed one?" He's like, "That's a great idea. I'd have so much fun doing that." I was like, "Yes." Like, I didn't even have to sell him on it. He just went ahead and did it. Nope, not that one.
Oh,
It's more like black and white-ish. It has one eye.
not this one, is it? Not this one, right?
No.
No, that's The Shining.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it feels good to kind of step back, and especially I think now if family things happen, it can be easier to go. There you go.
Found it.
His name is Jay Photos, and he has a fan base, and he got $20,000 in 5 days on Kickstarter.
Nice.
Wow.
And he actually teaches a class at the local JC. And he's like, I'll spend time with you and teach you what I know. But he's like, you should just come and take my class. I was like, oh, okay. Sure. So I'm signing up for a class in the fall.
Fantastic.
Cool. Very good.
Yeah. But he's like a horror-esque kind of guy. But we have cover, we have issue 4, and it's like one step closer to wrapping it up. So
Nice. So, all right. So just so you guys, I have to redeem myself a little bit. So this is his dad, the guy's dad.
Oh, Patrick Gleason.
Yeah, that's it. Because there was they had this kind of ridiculous thing going back and forth where when they would win an award for a movie, either the son would go up for the dad or the dad would go up for the son, and they'd tell some stupid story. It's just like, oh, they're related. Oh, that makes sense now, because those are actually two of my favorite actors. Because he's in one of my favorite movies that like no one's heard of. I can't remember the name of it, but it's basically about the start of the National Lampoon.
Oh, okay.
A futile and stupid gesture.
Josh said he's waiting to be let in. I don't know if you see him.
I don't see him. But so yeah, I'm a big fan of the Gleasons. But yeah, I don't see him. Adam, do you see him on your side?
I don't think that I can.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I just have the three of us, not the last of us.
Yeah, it just says 3.
Okay. So maybe see if we can retry real quick.
So so you guys have been off for a while, right?
Yeah, I've been moving, working, and Nick's been moving his working.
Working his moves.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen any movies recently? I don't know. I didn't get to catch the whole thing.
I have. I haven't gone to the movies, but I've seen some pretty good movies the last couple of weeks. I saw that new Knock at the Cabin with and Nick, you saw it too, didn't you?
Yep. Yeah, we watched it the other day. So
I enjoyed it. I really did. M. Night Shyamalan movies usually have a twist, and there wasn't one.
If you're a fan of M. Night Shyamalan, like you kind of got to go like, okay, you kind of got to prepare yourself a little bit. But yeah, Yeah, I liked it. If you're a fan of M Night Shyamalan, like my wife is, I like, but my wife is also a pretty big fan of M Night Shyamalan
Was it
movies.
like horror-y? Is that a word? Horror-y?
It's more. I
It
would
was
put
like
it more in the
thriller.
theater,
It was
but
like
it's more psychological thriller plus. I don't want to say sci-fi elements to it, but kind of sort of. I don't know what to say, like maybe 2012 elements.
put it to you like this: it would have been fair to call the movie "The Lord Works in Mysterious Ways,"
Hmm.
There you go.
or you could call it "Knock at the Cabin." The Lord works in mysterious ways.
Knock at the cabin.
It-
Bautista works in mysterious ways.
Right.
I am Groot, and the Lord works in mysterious ways.
See the movie and we'll talk about it because I don't want to spoil anything because I really liked it. I know Nick has his. Go ahead, Nick. What's your take on it? I said
I
I
liked
loved
it, but it's a M Night Shyamalan movie. There's things you just kind of accept, because it's
You
anytime.
got to roll with it.
Yeah, you got to roll with it. If you're okay with it's. I always think of Robot Chicken, where I don't know if you've seen that, where they have an episode on M Night Shyamalan, and he just goes, "What a twist!" at the end of like everything,
Yeah.
and there's
But
always
see-
like, I'm always waiting for what a twist moment, and
The thing about this one though is like if you could say it had a twist, it was just that
there he is.
I don't want to give too much away. What's up, Josh?
Hey, how you
What's
doing?
happening? So I
Would
heard
you
you were
s-
quite the butterfly at the last Comic-Con. How'd it go, man?
Great. I met what's the guy's name? Something Logan.
Just say young Boba Fett,
Yeah.
who's now old Boba Fett.
That
Daniel
guy was
Logan.
one of the most down to earth people I've ever met.
Nice.
Nate called me and was like, "Go find Boba Fett. You hit us on Instagram." I don't know who Boba Fett is. I don't even know what he looks like.
Do it for the gram, man.
So, I went and found him and I was like, "Hey, I don't know if it's you or an intern or somebody, but yeah, there you go. I wanted to give you a comic." And then he was like, "Oh, that's cool, man." He's like, I just started doing these shows. And, he's like, I check everyone's Instagram to see who's going to be there and see who I can connect with. And then he invited me behind. He had a whole table and booth and people. He invited me back there with them. We chatted for a little bit. And he was like, "Man, I like to support you guys any way I can. We got to support each other in this business. It's really hard." The guy was really cool.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like that you really hit it off with him, man. That's pretty awesome.
That's Josh though. Josh is like he is. He's like a networking matrix and engineer.
I met another guy named Ron Lim. He did the Gauntlet, Infinity Gauntlet, the comics, the cover artist.
Oh, really?
And he's local here. I have them all double signed already, and I was trying to figure out how to crack them and have him sign them without losing the authenticity of the whole deal. Like, because before I had to pay someone to stand in line with me to witness the signatures, and then they send them off to get graded, and then they come back slab. Well, I want to crack him and have this guy sign him, but at least he's local.
Nice.
And he said if we can figure out some way to do it, a comic book shop or somebody that can witness it, he said he'll come meet me to sign him.
Very
Pretty
cool.
Nice.
Who else did I meet? I met what's that guy's name? Firestorm, the guy who's the originator of Firestorm.
The guy who created Firestorm?
Yeah.
I
He did
didn't
some
even
other
know
stuff
that.
too.
How old is Firestorm? I didn't know that.
The guy's pretty old. It's old enough to be your
Okay.
great grandpappy.
Was it Patrick something? I feel like it was Patrick something.
Yeah, that guy gave me a lot of good advice on artists and how to go about doing things and the business of it.
Was it Al Migram or Jerry Conway?
I don't remember.
Both look pretty old, so
That's it. Let me see if I can get his name on here. But that guy had a lot of good stuff to say, about hiring artists. Like we hired an artist for Marvel, and they did some lookalike of, let's say, Spider-Man. Well, depending on how much money you make and depending on how many people see it, depends on if Marvel's actually going to come after you or not, even though you've already commissioned this thing from the artist. The artist, in the contract, you have to put in there however many prints you're going to make of it or what you're going to do with it, right? So you're going to put it on shirts. Well, how much does it entail per shirt? And then that goes by their price on how much they want to charge you for the commission. But it's like, if Marvel or Disney or somebody wants to come after you, they can come after you. It's not going to do anything to the artist. It's all on the person putting out the artwork.
Josh wants to make small runs of superhero shirts that are unique and limited.
Nice.
What say you, Escape Men?
Shut that fan off, man. You're making me dizzy.
Which is funny because a helicopter just flew by and I'm like, what the hell?
I was looking at the fan. I was already getting sleepy, but I was getting very
these cons, they're starting to turn out more of a toy thing than anything else.
Well, I noticed
Toys
that
have,
probably like the
roof
last
there.
15 to 20 years because it was comics. It was actually about comic conventions, and then it went to pop culture, which that's like, especially for the Motor City Comic Con here, like that's mainly, it's more pop culture. You're going to show up to go see actors and actresses and TV people. But
I mean, the guy on one side of me, he was selling $5 pens and killed it. Like I can't.
I'm shocked by the one table in particular sells like a bunch of custom Legos. That freaking table is jam packed all day, and like I said, they're like $5-7 a piece. And the dude, they must make a killing because you can't get near the table half the time.
Wow,
so
That's
I
amazing.
want custom Legos.
I was like,
I know.
I'm not even that much of a Lego guy. But I was like, those things are cool as hell, man. Like, and he's just,
I
yeah,
could
he's-
be a Lego guy.
Well, that's the problem. I choose not to be a Lego guy because I'm happy married and I don't want to be like dead in a gutter, but I still have like, with a death grip on Legos because that's how it's going to end. I'm just telling you right now.
Hold
Yeah.
on,
I
I
want
got-
to say it was like the holiday season 2021. And I happened to be in Target. I'm like, yeah, one of them. And I never do it, but I walked down the Lego aisle.
Oh,
and I called
yeah.
Nick up, and I was like, Nick,
Yeah, baby.
I think I did a stupid thing. He's like, dude, see, that's why it would be bad for me.
See, that's why I
Yeah,
can't
I
do
would
it.
buy that.
I can't do
Another
that.
part-
Yeah.
Nope,
Mm.
that's not an option.
Well, I've got enough Legos for all of you guys for like 4 Christmases.
God bless you. And if you need the contributions, let me know. But
Yes,
I can't get into it myself because it'll be a deep, deep, dark hole I can never escape
you'll
from.
never come out of.
Kids
No.
leave them
Yeah.
out and you step on them in the middle of the night.
I just saw like a dude perfect. They did a Guinness World Record for the longest walk across Legos, and it had to be like 75 yards or something. It was ridiculous.
Ouch.
But yeah, they had the Guinness guy at the
sounds
end. He's like, "Here you go. Here's your Guinness thing, and go take care of your feet because those are wrecked forever."
Yeah,
But yeah, the Legos. I've got a few things, and I can't mess with Legos because, like I said, it'll just get so bad so quick. Like you thought the NECA turtle stuff was bad.
Yeah.
Like as soon as they're like, "Oh, you get a Death Star Lego set," I was like, "That'll be the end of me." And not to mention, like, God forbid, like something happens where that thing gets knocked over. Like, there's no reassembling that.
I have to
That's
blow
no
up the
move.
M1000. Big old
What's a-
M1000 in the middle of that thing.
Yeah. It's like I'm gonna spray that thing down with adhesive, and yeah, that thing ain't coming apart for nothing. But,
can you tell us when Nick went into his depression? It all started when his Death Star fell over.
it's
You're
like,
right.
why- yeah, it's like, why is Nick in an asylum now? Let me tell you a quick story.
No.
Yeah. You thought the
Revenge of the
Darth,
Sith.
yeah, the Darth Vader at the end of Revenge of the
No.
Sith. That would be me.
What you guys been talking about tonight?
I was making fun of Mandalorian. Adam got mad at me. What do
I
you
didn't get mad at you. I just strongly disagreed with you. You're entitled to have your opinion, whether it's
What was that
Jack's
episode
opinion or not.
3 or 4? 3, I think, maybe 4. I fell asleep. It was horrible.
Hey,
What? See, I like that episode.
You're coming
man.
over to my side. Here's the thing, like, and I don't know how many of you guys listen to Chris Gore, but Chris Gore kind of said something that it makes perfect sense to me. The deeper you go, like, into Mandalorian lore, I was like, shit's dumb. Like, some of the stuff just don't make sense.
Hey,
It's just like, hey,
you gotta have fun
they
with
did
it,
they
man.
did answer the question what happens like at meals. Be like, oh, we're all gonna scatter like, you know, rats when the lights come on. It's like, okay, well, that's how you die easier. Like, but it's just stuff like that. I'm just like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go off in my rock, my personal rock, and go eat my lunch.
Pissed me off was the first one. First episode was great, and then all of a sudden there's like, and then
Yeah, I just there's
You guys
just
are all certifiably nuts.
there's just a few things like I don't like how they were doing, you know, so the episode before where they have the side story where they have you know, the doctor who gets, you know, taken
right,
away.
so it's 4.
Yeah, so I just don't like how they're, and once again, because I mentioned this earlier, I know it has, you know, elements of like World War II into it. And so that episode reminded me, if you guys are familiar with Operation Paperclip, where it's like, you know, we took all the Nazi scientists and they're like, well, we're going to take all the Empire scientists, then, well, we're going to keep doing your thing, but, you know, we're going to take credit for it. But also, oh, hey, if you don't align with us or if you don't think like this, we're going to put you in this machine and make you think like how we want you to think. And I just don't like the, you know, because everybody's rooting for the rebellion, rooting for the rebels, but when they come to power, they're just as bad as the Empire. I don't like that type of element.
Not just as bad. They're hypocritical. They're not. Will say it again. The Republic, to our knowledge, has not blown up a planet because somebody refused to give up a rebel base. I mean,
Well, because the Death Star's not there. They very well might if they had it laying around.
I think they're playing with, you know, what's appropriate as far as a ruling government and what is crossing the line. Like blowing a fucking planet up like Alderaan. That's crossing the line. You know what I mean? But then again, I defer to Kevin Smith's logic with blowing up the Death Star from the Clerks movies. In the first one, evil's punished, no harm, no foul. It's over with. But in the second one, in the third one, Return of the Jedi, it wasn't even finished. So say, you know, you're some construction guy, you land a hot contract. You land a hot contract with the government, you know, it's got benefits. You need to feed your family. And then, you know, a couple of these rebel terrorists come along and then they blow you up and you die. I doubt the average stormtrooper knows anything about sanitation.
Exactly.
Did you guys see the Kylo Ren on Saturday Night Live?
Maybe.
I did not.
It's Adam Driver and he's playing Kylo Ren, but he dresses up like an average worker and he's walking around.
Yeah.
Oh, I did see that one. I love
Listening
that
to
one.
everybody talk about him.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Adam Driver was good in those movies.
no, Adam Driver's a fine actor. It's just when you got shit, you know, to work with, what are you gonna do? So, but
I think if you were to do some shadow work, Nick, and explore who you really are, maybe you find that you just don't like Star Wars.
not this iteration, no, I don't like Star Wars right now. I've said it. I don't like Star
At
Wars right
your
now.
core.
It pisses me off. That's why I'm so passionate about it, because it took something I really loved, and now it's shitty, and I'm not happy that the thing that I love is shitty.
But you really love it, though. Are you sure?
I tried. I really tried. We went to therapy and everything.
Okay.
We tried to work it out. It didn't work out. I walked away. But I walked away. I still watch Disney Plus. But anyway. But yeah, just the last straw for me was Kenobi. I was like, all right. if we're just not going to try anymore, I'm no. So,
Sorry, I
yeah,
did do it again.
yeah. I'm just.
I'm starting to repeat myself. I'm like, no, synapses is fine.
So what are we halfway through this season, Josh? Are there 8 or 10 episodes for this?
Well, let's find out.
I don't know how many episodes. Yeah, it seems like we're about halfway through it. And I was trying to hold off just to binge watch it, but I was bored the other day.
Yeah, I think one thing we can all agree on, Katie Sackhoff's fantastic. So
Yes,
She's
it
right.
is the Katie Sackhoff show to me. So
yes, one of the few.
there will be 8 episodes.
Oh, one of the nice things that they did do, and I think it's getting a little bit overblown, is Ahmed Best was. That's another thing. So they had another Jedi. We finally found out the Jedi who actually helped Grogu escape, and is Ahmed Best. And whoever doesn't know, Ahmed Best was the guy who played Jar Jar Binks, the guy who caught major hell from multitudes of fans. Not me, but because I think attacking actors and actresses for the roles they portray is stupid, but a lot of fans did go after Ahmed Best as a nice little redemption for him. But here's the other thing: how many freaking Jedi actually survived Order 66 at this point? Because it seems like they keep adding more and more every day. Yeah,
9.
900. I don't know. Maybe Order 66 wasn't that bad.
Maybe it was Order 99.
Right, right.
I don't know, man. I can't remember if he was shot in the end or whatever, but I'd have shot him just for being a reincarnated Jar Jar. So yeah,
He did
Yeah,
go to the
the
dark
best-
side at the end.
but the best was Robot Chicken, where the ghost of Jar Jar goes, "Annie, no, we could be together forever," and he's Darth Vader laying in the bed. That was great. Oh,
But yeah,
you got an ATM in that light bright chest of yours?
Yeah, not happy how in general Star Wars is going.
I'm not happy in general.
Not happy in general with my sci-fi
Where
life.
am I?
It's like same, man, same. But,
My favorite thing to do is like with coworkers. How you doing, Adam? I'm sad.
I'm sad today.
It started with my Lego Destroyer,
Yes.
and then Star Wars changed.
Condensed. All right.
All right, fellas. Well, I think it's time to wrap it up. I still have to go eat because we're. How many hours are we behind you now? 1, 2.
3, I think.
Damn.
We're ahead of them, aren't we?
I don't know.
I never
Feels like
knew
we're
how that
behind.
worked.
What time is it where you are?
6.
Yeah, we're not.
Okay, it's 9 o'clock here.
Quarter up.
Yeah.
So, all right, gentlemen. Thanks for crashing the party.
Yeah, it was
anytime y'all
awesome
want-
to see you.
Yeah, anytime y'all want to crash us, let us know.
Yeah.
And-
No, we're not going to let you know next time. Since
yeah, next time. Well, good luck with that. Am I just supposed to send you links every time? Just in case.
I thought it was supposed to be the same link. I sent him the link. That's why he couldn't get on, because it was the wrong link.
You gave me the wrong door. We crashed the wrong part.
He's like, showed up some other house. What the hell? I don't know these guys.
It was on the Cooking Network. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, Rachel Ray was there.
It was there. I heard she can cook.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about here. So, all right, fellas, we'll see you next time.
All right, see you guys.
Good night.
All right, later, fellas. Thanks for coming out.
Almost kicked you off. Almost kicked you off. So, all right.
Well,
Well, you had it coming.
that was good to see those guys, man.
Yeah,
That was a nice surprise.
like when people
It was
crash.
a nice
the
surprise
party.
to have them. Yeah, and especially have them come on this show since we've been off the air on a little bit of a hiatus for a while.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll get back to streaming regularly. We'll see how it goes. But Adam, if you want to know what we're going to be talking about on the show, even if it's been a few months, where would you go?
Oh, I would go to Facebook, Instagram. I would go to YouTube or even Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, Google Podcast, anywhere podcasts are found.
So, all right, my friend, let's wrap it up. And any fine words? for
Control the
fine people?
population.
Control the population. Good night, everybody.
Wrap it up. Love you, Planet Houston.
Good night, America.